When I was a kid, I loved books about pranking. That's probably why I wanted to write The Terrible Two. I loved Matilda, Sideways Stories from Wayside School, the Great Brain books. I loved reading about pranks, but I was afraid to pull pranks at school. I was afraid of getting in trouble. So mainly I just read about pranks, thought about pranks, drew out my plans for pranks, but I would chicken out when it came to pulling them. I did pull pranks at home though. I pulled pranks on my mom. But the thing is, when I grew up, it was just me and my mom. And the problem is that if you grow up in a house with just you and your mom, and you pull a prank on her, she knows that the person who pranked her is the only person in the house who's not her. So that was rough. It's real rough. You know what? Writing a book is always hard. Writing a book by yourself is hard, and writing a book with a friend is hard. It's hard for different reasons, but it's a hard job. You know, it's funny, I don't like run around a hospital saving people. I don't carry heavy things all day. But after 3 hours of just sitting at my desk going like this, I'm exhausted. It makes me feel like a real wimp sometimes, but it's hard work. It's hard work being a writer. You always feel with doubt about whether this stuff is good or not, and you're trying to come up with new ideas. It makes your brain very tired. So, writing with somebody else is a lot of fun, because they have their own ideas and funny jokes and great ways of writing, and all that influences you and gives you more energy. Now, yeah, sometimes you might disagree about what should happen next or how a sentence should work, but you know, it's like anything with friendship. Sometimes you disagree with your friends, but if you talk about it and figure it out, there's always, you know, some good way forward. How did that car get to the top of the steps? That's a good question. It's a good question, and it is a question that we answer in the book. That's not very obvious in there. The answer is sort of hidden right in the middle of an ordinary-looking sentence. But if you read very closely, you will figure out the answer to that big question. Oh, hello. You just caught me writing a message to my good friend, Jory John. Did the rubber chicken come from my imagination, or is it based on research? It is based on research. Hours and hours of exhaustive research into the history of pranking. Yeah, is this book funny? Does it have some great exciting things happening in it? Are there some good jokes? Sure, but I don't care about any of that. I am interested in sharing my knowledge, my non-fiction research into pranking. One of the most important pieces of knowledge that I unearthed is the use of rubber chickens as a message delivery device. Just want to remind you kids, there's nothing funny about a rubber chicken. Nothing. My advice for writers is to read all the time. That's my advice that I take. I'm a writer. I don't write every day. I don't even write every week or every month, but I read every day for hours. Because the more you read, the better you get at writing. And that's true your whole life, not just when you're in school. So I read all different kinds of books, different genres, books I think I'll like, books I think I won't like. Sometimes I get more ideas from a book that I don't like than a book that I love. Reading is the most important part of my job, and if you want to be a writer, it's the best way to get better.